All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive.
Uh-huh.
Today, we're strapping in and heading sky high.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. We're going to be talking about flight attendants.
Oh, fun.
And specifically, we're going to be looking at this book, Sky High Stories.
Okay.
It's co-written by a captain and a purser, and it's basically all about the stuff that happens.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah, like when you think about the perfect smiles and you think
Product
about...
severance service.
Right, and the uniforms and everything.
What's really going on?
What is it really like to be a flight attendant?
Right.
And so I think our mission today is to kind of lift that curtain, so to speak.
Yeah, pull it back.
And look at what's going on back there.
I love it.
So one thing that I was really interested in was this idea of layovers.
Oh, yeah.
These flight attendants touch down in all these incredible cities all over the world.
I'm so jealous.
I know, me too. I mean, they basically become like walking travel guides.
They have to. I
Yeah.
mean, they have all the best tips.
I was reading that one of the, this purser, she collects vintage records.
Oh, cool.
And so she goes and finds like all the cool little record stores wherever she lands.
Oh, that's awesome.
And that's her way of connecting with like the local culture.
That's such a cool idea.
Isn't that so cool?
Yeah.
But I also wonder, like beyond that,
Yeah.
spending all that time up in the air
Yeah.
and with all those different kinds of people.
Oh, my gosh, the stories they must have.
What kind of stories do they have?
I know this book, Sky High Stories, full of them.
Yeah.
And I mean, they range from hilarious to like actually scary.
Right. I mean, it's a total gamble.
It is.
You never know who's going to get on that plane.
Exactly. Like who we're going to be dealing with today.
Like, are you going to have a screaming toddler?
Oh, yeah.
Or are you going to have somebody who thinks they own the plane?
Oh, the demanding divas.
Right. But, one thing that the authors really emphasized was this idea of kindness goes a long way.
Yes.
They really felt like having empathy for those passengers
Yeah.
can really transform a flight.
Absolutely. And, thinking about it, everybody's got their own reason for flying,
Right.
Their own story, their own baggage, so to speak.
Literally.
Uh-huh. Literally, yeah.
So, we've been talking about these flight attendants and how they kind of, are dealing with all these different situations.
Yeah.
But one thing that we haven't really touched on is the uniforms.
Oh, yeah. The uniforms.
I mean, they always look so put together and professional.
Stylish.
Right? But the book kind of reveals that it's not always as glamorous as it seems.
I can imagine.
Like, think about it. Those outfits,
Yeah.
they can be really hot and uncomfortable.
Oh, especially if you're like running around.
Right. And restrictive.
And the shoes.
Oh, my gosh. The shoes don't even get me started.
I bet they're not made for comfort.
No, not at all. But I do think there's something to be said for that professional look.
Oh, for sure.
When I get on a plane and I see the crew looking all sharp,
Put together.
yeah, it just makes me feel...
Safe, like they know what they're doing.
Exactly. Like they're ready for anything.
Right. It inspires confidence.
Totally. Okay, so we've talked about the uniforms, but now we want to get into something that I'm like really curious about.
Oh, what's that?
The sleep schedules.
Oh, yeah.
Like imagine constantly flying across different time zones.
That would mess me up.
I know. According to the book, these flight attendants are like masters of the power nap.
They have to be.
Right.
Imagine you're like in a different city every day.
I know.
You've got to be able to sleep anywhere.
Right, like on a plane, in a hotel lobby.
In the airport.
I know.
It's amazing.
It makes you wonder if they have like special techniques or something.
Yeah, maybe we could learn from them.
I would love to know their secrets. But I think it also speaks to like the resilience that you need to have to be a flight attendant.
Yeah, you have to be able to adapt
To anything.
to anything. And on top of all of that, we can't forget about the whole safety aspect.
Oh, right.
I mean, beyond the drinks and the smiles, these flight attendants are trained for emergencies.
That's right. They're like first responders in the air. I know. The book really emphasizes that their primary responsibility is safety.
It has to be.
Yeah.
When you think about
They
it.
have to be ready to deal with everything from medical situations
Clinical emergencies, yeah.
to security issues.
I mean, what if somebody's acting up?
Right. Like what if they have to deliver a baby?
Oh my gosh, I didn't even think of
I
that.
know, it's crazy. And in those high pressure situations, I bet that the crew camaraderie is super important.
Oh, it must be like they're a family up there.
Yeah, they're all in it together.
Working as a team.
They spend all those hours together in this like confined space
Yeah.
dealing with all this stuff.
They
So
really have to be able to rely on each other.
just have to trust each other.
Exactly.
So having gone through this whole book,
Yeah.
what's like the biggest takeaway for you about flight attendants?
I think it's their dedication to safety that really stands out. I mean, they're juggling so much.
Right. They've got to keep the passengers comfortable. They've got these demanding schedules.
And they're prepared for emergencies.
but they always manage to stay calm and professional.
It's incredible.
Yeah, it's a good reminder to appreciate all the hard work that goes on behind the scenes of every flight.
Absolute.
So next time you're on a plane, take a moment to acknowledge the crew, and maybe if you're lucky, they'll even share a few of their layover secrets with you.
Oh, that would be awesome.
So happy travels, everyone.